Hello everyone. Before starting the video, I want to thank everyone who's supporting this little series. This video doesn't focus a lot on Noya but as the Karasuno team as a whole as little found family troupe to help prepare yourself for the finale part, which should be out 2 or 3 days after this posts depending on how my schedule works out. As always, I don't own the characters, just the writing. I hope you all enjoy, and with that being said, on to part 3. Why did you only get the strawberry and chocolate Pocky? You guys are so bland. Hinata snatches the chocolate box of Pockies from Tanaka's hand, sticking his tongue out at the taller boy. Because chocolate and strawberry are the best. Yeah. Strawberry is one of my favorite flavors. I even got myself strawberry milk. Daichi looks over at him from where he's standing by the stove, an exhausted look on his face. You mean the milk I bought for you? Oh, right. Thank you. Kageyama bows to him, and Daichi can feel his face heat up. Sugar laughs, slapping Kageyama roughly on the back and forcing him to stand straight. Don't worry about it, Kageyama, he's only teasing. I'll go with that. Tsukishima and Yamaguchi aren't here yet. What are they even doing? Noya walks into the kitchen shuffling his feet, sporting an overly large t-shirt that hangs loose off his chest and long pajama pants that pull around his bare feet. I'm in the mood for pizza and maybe ice cream. Noya stops in his tracks. What do you guys think of pizza on ice cream? I guess it depends on the ice cream. Oh, is it pepperoni or just cheese? What if it has pineapple? Hinata express his disgust, coiling away from the taller male and all but running over to Sugar to hide behind him. I'm gonna have nightmares at the mere mention of pineapple on pizza. Kageyama pins a glare on him, snapping a Pocky in his mouth. I'm gonna kill you in your sleep. Sugar would not let you. Sugar is asleep after 1 AM, so whatever happens after is between you and God. Don't worry, if he tries to kill you I'm mad anyways. It'll be a nice stress relief to inflict pain on someone for a good reason. Kageyama shuffles just a tad closer to Sugar, Hinata and Daichi. Inoshita walks in, clutching the remote in his right hand. It took me well over an hour but I finally figured out how to work your DVD player, Sugar. I don't see why rich people have to have such fancy stuff that makes no sense. Like my DVD player takes 5 seconds to turn on. I'm not rich. You and Daichi went to France for fun. I saved up for it. Exactly. Now stop picking on me for having a large home and get to the living room. Can we at least have popcorn ready before Tsukishima and Yamaguchi get here? Oh, Kageyama and I can do it. We just need to know where the packets are. They are in the top left cabinet. Daichi opens his mouth to respond but Sugar grabs his hand and presses his mouth to Daichi's ear. Let them figure it out. Daichi pouts as Sugar all but drags him to the living room, everyone else but Hinata and Kageyama following suit. Once alone, Hinata claps his hand and bounces over to the cabinets, looking up. Before even thinking of asking for help, Hinata starts to climb on the countertop, lifting up one knee and reaching up and up and up only for the bare tip of his finger to brush across the little knob. Sticking his tongue out in concentration, he tries to push forward more, only to remain unsuccessful. Kageyama watches silently, a small and amused smirk on his face. Are you done trying now? Hinata's face goes red, having forgotten Kageyama was still in the kitchen. He looks over his shoulder, narrowing his eyes as he tucks his legs carefully under him and sits back safely. Well, I don't see you doing anything. How can I when you don't ask for any help? I don't need help. You're literally sitting on the countertop, Hinata. Stop being a dumbass. No, I can get this. Hinata looks back up at the knob, lifting himself onto his knees and swiping at the knob. It's only when Kageyama comes up beside him and easily opens the cabinet does he stop. Hinata looks down, a curl of jealousy swirling in the pit of his stomach when he realizes all Kageyama had to do was get on his tippy toes to reach the knob. When he meets Kageyama's eyes, the boy is smirking at him. I hate you. Inoshita yawns as he leans into Tanaka's shoulder, the wing spiker automatically wrapping his arm around his boyfriend. Sugar, Daichi, and Noya are bickering in front of the television over which movie they should watch before Tsukishima and Yamaguchi get here, Sugar arguing very passionately for Train to Busan while Noya looks at him with baby eyes for something with a little Less gore. You'd think he'd be a little less for himself with how Noya feels. We're gonna end up watching Noya's movie. Sugar knows all of us and how to act with us when we're sad. If he just rolled over and bared his belly to Noya, Noya would get even more annoyed by being treated special just because he's upset. If Sugar puts on this show and then eventually caves in, it's like this illusion that everything is normal. Oh, I never would have thought of doing that. Yeah, well, that's Sugar for you. He's a setter for a reason, I guess. I hope we don't watch anything stupid though. Like that awful American movie you once made me watch, I think it was called The Hangover. The Hangover is a cinematic masterpiece. All three of them are, to be exact. I question your taste in movies. Yeah, what's your favorite comedy? I don't watch comedies. I'm not a child. Besides, I get all the daily doses of goofy I need from you. Or is that a compliment, baby? If it was a compliment you wouldn't have to ask. Tanaka slaps a hand over his heart. Heart been broke so many times I don't know what to believe. As Inoshita playfully smacks Tanaka's hand, the doorbell rings. Sugar halts his shouting and walks over to the door, opening it to reveal Yamaguchi brightly smiling and holding a My Hero DVD case and Tsukishima pushing his glasses with one hand. Sorry we're so late. Tsukishima hid the DVD case from his brother last week and forgot where it was, so we had to find it. We don't have to explain ourselves, Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi elbows his boyfriend in the rib cage. Suki. Don't be rude. Tsukishima winces. Sorry Sugar. It's fine, it's fine. Just take your shoes off before you enter. As Yamaguchi and Tsukishima slip their shoes off, Sugar bounds back over to Noya, who's holding up a random DVD with edited explosions and dead bodies flying everywhere over the cover. This one please. Only because I'm now distracted. Let me go check on Hinata and Kageyama. Noya grins and hands the DVD over to Daichi, who inspects it questionably. You're sure you wanna watch this? Yes. Okay, it's your day after all. God, you sound like such a dad. I'm not a dad. Sure you aren't, Daddy Daycare. As they all snigger, Daichi's anger swelling, Sugar walks into the kitchen to see Hinata and Kageyama silently watching the microwave, their eyes following the twirling bowl spinning around inside of it. Isn't it so cool seeing them pop? A little. You're not entertained? Kageyama looks over to Hinata, and Sugar can't help but notice how soft his eyes look. I don't mind. Hinata grins, a small blush rising on his cheeks. Sugar leaves, deciding it'd be better to not bother them. That movie was so cool. It was okay. I like the part where the airplane was like swoo and then it hit that other airplane like Balam and then it exploded like boom, and I already have a headache because of all those noise created in the movie, and no, I have to hear this idiot scream his impressions of it. Hey, my impressions are cool. Tsukishima's eyes flicker down when Kageyama places a hand to the small of Hinata's back. Hey, Dumbus. Settle down. Hinata turns to Kageyama and sticks his tongue out at him, eyes squeezing tightly together. Kageyama rolls his eyes and removes his hand from Hinata's back, crossing his arms over his chest. The movie was fine. Come on, it was awesome. No Train to Busan, but whatever. That movie's ending is depressing. No, it's not. That movie is revolutionary. I don't know, I was kind of dissatisfied in the ending of this movie. How? The guy got the girl he always loved and got to destroy a bunch of shit in the process. That's so cool. It's all fun and games until the movie ends and he sees how much he owes in property damage. Shit's just a movie. Money isn't even real anyways. Bro, it's really not. When you think about it, none of us are real. Holy shit. La la la, let's not talk about this right now. My hair is gonna turn gray from age. It's already gray. From genetics. Not age. I guess. Can we watch My Hero now? Hinata jumps onto his feet, thrusting his fists up into the air. Yes, oh my god. Deku is so cool. Tsukishima scoffs. Of course you'd like Deku. I like Bakugou. Parallels. I like Todoroki. Ugh, of course you guys like all the mainstream characters. Takoyami is where it's fucking at. For real. People who think Deku, Bakugou and Todoroki will be the next big three are just falling for the main character trope thing. We all know it should be Takoyami, Tsuyu, and like, Kirishima or something. Kirishima? Well, to be fair, he got more character development in 3 episodes than Deku did in 3 seasons. But he's so cool. Only to you, Dumbus. Oh, yeah, who's your favorite character? Todoroki, duh. His backstory is killer. My second would have to be, Twice. The villain? Yeah. Not surprising. Says you, Mr. Bakugou counterpart. To be fair, Kageyama doesn't have Bakugou's temper. He literally fought you over wanting to learn a new technique. An awkward silence fell over them, and Sugar saw a troubled look cross Kageyama's face. He stands up and claps his hands together. Okay. Awkward moment over. I'm gonna go make something that's good for us, like some sandwiches instead of all this pocky and ice cream you're eating, and while I'm making those you can load up the show. Oh, I wanna help. You can help if you want. Yay. Hinata bounces up on his feet and runs over to Sugar, grabbing his hand and all but dragging him to the kitchen. Once inside, Sugar blinks as Hinata lets go of him, looking up at him with wide eyes. Sugar, I need help. Sugar raises one eyebrow. Sure. Can you sit next to me for the rest of the night? What? Why? Because, Kageyama. Did he do something to bother you? No, well, sort of, I guess. He's so close. Well, pardon me if this is too rude, but you guys have been very touchy these past couple of months. Yeah, I know, but I kind of spoke to my little sister about it and she was all like, oh, that's what boyfriends do. Is Kageyama your boyfriend? So like, I'm panicking. You guys can still do all the hand-holding stuff platonically. It may be different to other people, but if it's your life, live it how you wanna live. Ugh, but I do like him. Oh, so you do like Kageyama? I didn't really recognize I did until I had that conversation with my sister. Sugar remembers how Kageyama looked at Hinata while they were looking at the popcorn be made. Well, I think I have a feeling he likes you too. Hinata's face goes pure red. What? It's just a hunch. Well, what should I do? Just tell him. Just tell him? Like that? Yeah. Hinata, think of it this way. When you have the opportunity to spike, what do? I try and spike it. Think of this the same way. You liking Kageyama is a ball being tossed to you. Are you gonna spike it or just ignore it? Hinata puffs his cheeks out. I wanna spike it. Then do it. You'll never know how he feels if you don't say anything. And no offense, but with how emotionally constipated that kid is, he'll never say anything and just continue to pine. Okay. When should I do it? Now? Oh my god, no, not no. Just wait until it's just the two of you and the time feels right. How do I know when the time feels right? You'll know. I don't feel it now then. Just be patient, Hinata. You'll know. What if I don't? I promise you will. And if I'm wrong, I have to buy you a new volleyball. Oh, okay, I'll take that offer. A knock sounds from behind them and Daichi peeks his head around the corner, a distressed look on his face. Sorry to disturb you, but can the sandwiches come faster? I need something to shut them up. Noya was crying again. He had fallen silent halfway through the first My Hero movie, and now he's clutching onto his phone and crying silently while wiping at his cheeks. Nothing loud, or noticeable. So Tanaka isn't looking at him, and neither is Inoshita, and definitely no Hinata or Kageyama, who are passing whispers to each other while Tsukishima glares and pokes at them, but Sugar notices. So he walks over to Noya and just sits beside him, letting Noya tuck his face in his shoulder and cry.